guys, welcome to today's vlog. It has been a hot minute since I picked the phone up and actually filmed a vlog, but I'm doing it. I need to get started on spring cleaning. I've already done like a few things. I ended up doing this fridge, the air fryer. I wiped off like the bottom cabinet. I have not done the top up here, but I also did the washing machine as well as the dishwasher, but I didn't fully do the dishwasher because I didn't get like all in the nitty gritty and wipe it down. I also removed the toilet seat from our toilet and like did an actual scrub on like all the little pieces and everything, especially like around the top. That is what I have done so far, but I need to get myself in order, and I'm like trying to figure out, why am I in such shambles? One of the biggest things that irritates me the most is this kitchen. I've mentioned it before. I will mention it a million times until I get something done about that, and that is the counter space that I have. How much clutter accumulates on this counter at all times, and how I have no room to practically work with in my kitchen because all these fruits and stuff that don't go in the fridge, they just clutter. They take up space. There's also that little corner right there where I keep a lot of the things that can't go in the cabinets, or I don't feel like taking all the way over here to the pantry over there. And I need to figure out something to do with all of this stuff because it is getting on my nerves. I woke up this morning completely overwhelmed, mainly because I went grocery shopping last night before going to bed instead of this morning, because I was like, the real question is, do I want to do it in the morning with little man because he's currently out on spring break right now? Or do I want to go ahead and get it done while my husband's at home and I can just go in, get everything I need, and get out? So I opted to go last night. And yeah, it's just, my schedule is all thrown off. And it makes me realize like I desperately need to prepare for summer because I have become so accustomed to little man being at school and me being able to get things done uninterrupted for a period of time, and being able to have other extended time to spend with him. Not only that, like my whole routine once he is out is going to be in shambles. I DoorDash. Typically I would DoorDash while he is in school, and then in the evenings whenever my husband is off work on certain days. But that's not going to be able to happen until like, I'm only going to be able to do it in the evening. Now, not only that, I also go to the gym, and the gym that I go to is Planet Fitness, and they do not have a like little daycare area for the kids. So I'm trying to keep y'all from seeing the TV because the only way that I can cut it off is through my phone because we managed to lose the remote. So I've got to also figure that out because I can't go DoorDash in the evenings as well as the days that I need to go to the gym. I haven't even went to the gym today. Today is a gym day. Today is specifically leg day. And I haven't went today because I don't have anyone to watch little man while I do that until my husband gets off of work. But one thing that I do know for a fact that I want to do before I really start getting into anything else is going to the store and seeing what it is I can find to help with a lot of this clutter and junk in this kitchen. I spend every single day in this kitchen, and I do not like the fact that it overwhelms me. So I need to figure something out in order to not be so overwhelmed. So this kitchen today will be gutted and reorganized by the end of the day. Spoiler alert, I did not gut my kitchen and get everything reorganized like I wanted to that day because I apparently am delusional and think that I have more time than I do, but I don't. The really big thing that I needed to focus on the most was trying to find something to put the extra clutter on. I wanted to find a wired basket to put a lot of like the fruits and vegetables and things like that that didn't go into the fridge, so that way it's just off the counter. In addition to that, I decided I wanted to work on making a little coffee nook. So of course we did in fact have to go to a couple of stores. Really, we only ended up going to TJ Maxx this day. I ended up going to Bell's later on, but of course while you're in there, you've got to look at all the things that they have. And of course they have Easter stuff right now. So of course I had to take a peek at all of those things. Plus I still haven't even got little man's basket put together or even really thought of. I think I've bought like one thing for it, but other than that, I haven't done anything else in regards to it. And I know one thing for sure is that I do not want it to be loaded down with candy. But But seeing all these things did give me a few ideas of what it is I can do for him. But not only that, even the gifts that we give our nieces every single year for Easter as well. I don't know about you guys, but whenever it comes to Easter, I don't ever shop around. I usually just go to Walmart to the little holiday section and grab whatever it is they have. But this year I think I'm going to do a little bit different. I may very well be going to TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby, and other stores that have Easter stuff and buying from there. Before getting too distracted, I did need to make my way over to the furniture section to see what it is I could find, and I found this cute little table that I want. So if it's there when I go back, I may end up grabbing it. Not only that, I am looking for some new patio furniture. Maybe not this one specifically, but something along the lines like this. But that's not why I'm here. I'm getting distracted already. I mean, you can't go into stores like this and not look at all of the things that they have that you potentially will need. Plus, I fully intend this year on getting my house in order, so this is just helping me out with some other ideas. And I also came across this chair, which I absolutely love. And look at those pillows. They're so cute. I've never seen bunny-shaped pillows before, but I guess that's because I don't ever go shopping for Easter stuff. But this chair was on clearance for $30. Maybe that says 40. I'm not entirely sure. I can't really see it. But I also came across this ottoman, and this is definitely along the lines of my style. When I tell you guys I am in the works of getting everything in my house situated, I mean decorating-wise. Of course, there are a few updates that I definitely want to do, but it's mainly the decorating that I am focused on doing as of right now. We have been in our house for 4 years, and I have just been putting it off and changing my mind and just not doing it, and expenses, this, that, and everything else, and I'm finally just taking the leap and doing it anyways. I'm ready to turn this house into a home, and I'm not going to keep putting it off because there's no telling how long it is we're actually going to be here. We do have plans to move one day, but we don't know when that day will be. Of course, I decided to browse around at some other things, and I did not know that the pink stuff had this whole kit. If I would have known that, I would have opted to get that instead of that little electric scrub brush that I ended up getting from Walmart. But of course, as I made my way over to the home section, I also realized that the wired racks were all in the bathroom section. I don't know why it wasn't my first instinct to go look there anyways, because I know that they have those over there. In addition to that, I have never actually looked at TJ Maxx's cleaning section, and I did not know that they had all these different scrub brushes and whatnot, such as this power scrubber right here that would be very beneficial. And this over and out that you put on top of fires and it puts it out, that would be great. Definitely need to go back and get one of those just in case. While I may never have the intention on actually starting a fire, I could potentially accidentally start a fire. And after looking at all the grown-up stuff, little man had been bugging me to go look at the toys, so I was like, okay, let's go and look at the toys. And I just wanted to show you all the cute little wooden toys because I absolutely love the wooden toys. Not only that, this little ball pit that was very popular when my son was a baby, they had in TJ Maxx. If I could have found something like that at TJ Maxx instead of having to order it, that would have been great. I didn't order one because they were way too freaking expensive, but I definitely wanted one for him. And because I did in fact have a little bit of extra time on my hands, I did decide to stop over at the clothes section, peek at a few things, and I did in fact find some cute dresses that were in the realms of the things that I could buy based off the rules I've given myself. We have made it back home, and I did end up grabbing this one. As much as I'd like to say, wow, that was a steal, I really don't think it was a steal. I'm pretty sure I could have made that cheaper than what I paid for it. But nonetheless, I found something, and I found something that's relatively aesthetically pleasing at that. What I was not expecting was to find it in the bathroom section, but that's where I found it. So I'm not gonna complain because nonetheless I found one. She says as she complains. The real question is, where am I going to put it? I've been saying for some time that I think I'm going to move that Monstera out of here and actually put it over in the office. So I may end up putting it over in that little corner over there. I'll see how I like it first. I forgot about our pool key. Hopefully going 2 rounds in the dryer hasn't messed it up. Like I was saying, I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna go on this wall or this wall. It may end up going over here on this one. And in all honesty, I want to do a little something else. I'm not sure if you guys are crooked, but you look crooked, so I'm gonna double check real quick. That's better. Anyways, it may go right there. I think I would like it better right there because there really isn't anywhere else to put it other than where the trash can is. Or I could put it right here next to the back door. But I feel like that's gonna be in the way, and I really don't feel like moving my mop that is over on this side. So I think that is going to be the best option as of right now. Yeah, because it'll be in the way if it's over there too. So that's going to be the best option. Not only that, went to the thrift store yesterday as well. And I told my husband 2 days ago that I was thinking about putting some shelves up in here. Probably on this wall more specifically, and no joke, I found shelves. And there were a lot of them still in the packaging, like not in the box, but still like wrapped up and everything like that. These were the only white ones I found. I found a set of gray ones that were both like these long ones right here. And I could go back and get those and paint those white and use those as well, but I'm not entirely sure. I may pop back in there later on today to see if they still have them, but I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. So these are gonna go up on this wall right here. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe about my face height for this long one. I'm not entirely sure about this other one. But it'll give my husband another little space for him to put his keys and his wallet and everything like that, other than just right here on this chair or on the table or on the counter. It's my alternative. I don't know how I'm gonna do these. This one actually is kind of bent. Hopefully my husband can bend it back. I might do a little bit higher right here and do the other one like right next to it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure how it's gonna go, but it's gonna go some way like that. I also would like to do a little extra in here. I'm not entirely sure what. I don't know if I want to do like some pictures on either side of the window. If I just want to go with like some sort of picture or something over here on this wall, right by this door. But these are just some ideas that I'm flirting with at the moment. Because I feel like the space is just rather dull. Y'all like my sunflowers that I found at Publix yesterday? I honestly wish I would have got 2 bouquets of these. So that way this whole thing could just be full of nothing but sunflowers. I think I may need to give you some more water, don't I? I'm gonna go ahead and stick a lot of this fruit in there though. I'm really sad because I like to get more organic produce, and the selection that they had for their Honeycrisp apples at Publix last night was terrible, so I just went with the non-organic. I can tell you now, organic, far more flavor, superior in all honesty. So if you can buy organic, I highly recommend you do that. Now I didn't get to everything that I wanted to get to because little man was kind of in my ear. Mama, I'm ready to go. Mama, I'm ready to go. So I wasn't able to browse too much to see if I could find something to do about that little conundrum over there. So I'm going to leave that as is. As of right now, I think I feel a little bit better. Even though this counter space is still rather cluttered. In all honesty, I need to just go through everything again and just reorganize everything, get everything situated and in order. So that way I can get most of this clutter off of my counters. I do not have a lot of space, and when I tell you quite literally everything that I have in my kitchen I use, I'm not joking. I am going to go through these mugs though, these coffee mugs, and get rid of a bunch of them, even though I just got rid of a lot of them. Because I'm like, we only need like 4 or 5. That is it. We probably don't even need that many. We probably need like 2, and that is it. But I'm just trying to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. Now there is the big question, what do I do with this thing? What do I do with it? I have one of 2 options that I can go with. I was thinking maybe on top of this right here. This is where we used to have the TV. Over here isn't an option unless I decide to like rearrange the bed. That looks a little bit better. Unless I decide to rearrange the bed and move that, but then where's that gonna go? I don't think it fits over here in this corner. It's either going to go right here or it's going to go right here. Ignore the fact that this isn't finished. There was one board and I only needed one more to put up there, but that board right there, that was right there, yeah, it keeps falling off. I'm tired of dealing with it. I also think that I'm going to take a lot of little man's toys and put them in these little containers because he doesn't play with the majority of them. There's so much clutter, and I may just start doing the whole like toy rotation thing. Either that or just getting rid of a bunch of toys. It's probably going to end up being getting rid of a bunch of toys, but I'm going to stick them all in a container like this for a little bit of time and rotate them out, and if he seems to still not play with them, then we will get rid of them. I think as of right now, I'm just going to stick it in here because I have a few minutes till like I'll start door dashing. So, I gotta make up my mind. So for the time being, it's just gonna come in here. That leaf just desperately needs to be cut. It is hanging on for dear life. That'll probably be cut later on. This one too, because where it was sitting was not a suitable place for it to be sitting anyways, because every single time people would walk by there, especially the kids, they don't care. They're just running into it and everything like that. And this poor leaf right here has seen better days. I mean, this one obviously has 2, but I think that one's a totally different reason than this one right here. The other ones look okay. It does need some water, so I'm going to water it real quick. It's officially the end of the day. I went on DoorDash from like 3 until, I want to say it was about 8:15 was when it finally calmed down. I was going to go to the gym because I have not been to the gym today. Today's leg day. We as women cannot skip leg day. But I'm skipping leg day for today, and honestly I was like, well, I could just skip it today and I can go tomorrow morning. I have to wait until my husband gets off work tomorrow morning because he has to work tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. So I've got to wait for him to get off work before I go, unless I can get someone to come watch Little Man while I end up going. This is why I have to commit myself to doing these things in the morning, because by the end of the day, I'm done with. I don't want to do anything else. I really, truly, and honestly don't want to jump in the shower and get a shower. What I want to do is go ahead and crawl in that bed, but I can't do that. I gotta get a shower. Kitchen needs to finish being cleaned and everything like that. And then I'm going to lay down. So that way I don't have an abundance of stuff to do when I get up in the morning. And I'm not so overwhelmed because I am gonna have to end up cooking breakfast. So that's gonna be overwhelming enough because I gotta cook and then I got dishes to do. And not only that, we're going to Monster Jam tomorrow. So I've got to somewhat prep for that. More specifically, I've got to prep for like food for me specifically. Monster Jam starts at 5. We're gonna be leaving relatively earlier. We'll probably leave here about noon is what I want to say. Just go out in Birmingham, probably hang out for like the remainder of the evening and then come back whenever Monster Jam is over with, obviously. So I'm gonna have to pack food to take with me, which means I'm gonna have to cook my food early in the morning. And that's if I don't end up grabbing something that's quick and convenient or whatever. Little man and Dada will probably just end up eating out somewhere. I would say I'd make a crock pot meal and I could just, you know, grab me something quick and easy to sort of like snack on. My crock pot quit working. So I have to buy a new crock pot. I think that's one thing that I have not told you guys. I was rather upset because I came across this Hawaiian chicken recipe that I really wanted to try. Put everything in the crock pot. Realized I needed to go to the grocery store because the pineapple that I had wasn't quite good anymore. Because it was like fresh cut pineapple that I got from the store like a day or two before this. So I ran to Publix to get a few things and came back and was like, okay, I need to go ahead and put the pineapple in there. And when I did, it wasn't warm. And everything had been sitting in the crock pot for probably about 2 hours at that point. So I was very disappointed. At first I was like, oh, it's probably just the outlet. Unplugged it, plugged it into another outlet. Gave it a few minutes to see if it was starting to warm up. No. And it's just the heating part. That's it. That's it. And I was hoping when I went to the thrift store the other day that I would actually find a crock pot there. And I did, but it didn't have the insert piece to it. So, and I think there was another one. I don't know. It was all, like you couldn't see like the lettering or anything on it from like low, high, warm, and off. And I think that's kind of important. I need to know if I'm putting it on low or if I'm putting it on high. And it was a different brand than the one that I originally have anyways. I'm pretty sure like my actual piece would have probably fit into it as well. It's had its own, but I don't know. I just didn't want to chance it. So definitely going to be looking into new crock pots here soon. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you tag along for some more, and hopefully I see you in the next one. Bye, guys.